Teresa? We've not, I guess, looking at the number of inmates, state inmates that we budget, or have budgeted, at 30, I guess I don't understand the difference in the 30 and the 117.
We are getting paid the same amount for the 117 if they're housed here.
There you go.
But we have 30 that is sent us to the Department of Corrections, and in this county it's 3 and a day to be sent to the Department of Corrections.
It has to do with their time, doesn't it?
Yes,
what they're sentenced to.
You know,
but we're really getting paid for 117 per day.
Yeah, but you can only submit 30 of those guys to the TDLC, right?
Yes, because the others are sentenced to county jail.
Okay. Local county sentences.
That's in that 4,000.
In some form of intake kind of area, and then booked in and right out. The mayor mentioned that I've been here for about 2 years trying to help give ideas and thoughts on operational assessments and staffing assessments. There has been a tremendous amount of improvement over the last 2 years. And these two, and along with the chief, and I know the sheriff has been actively engaged to try to get there. But you can only juggle so long. I mean, and that's what they've been doing, what I've seen for 2 years. They're just constantly juggling. They've got all their fingers, they've got all their toes in the dam trying to hold it back. It's beyond their abilities at this point in time. Keep in mind, inmates, and I heard a comment about someone lived better in another country. You're right. Okay, and I'm a retired Marine, and I've lived in some places that I didn't particularly care for. But these are our family, friends, and neighbors that are in that jail. They're your family, friends, and neighbors. Their mailing address just happens to be the jail right now. Okay? And when we take away their freedom.
At the same time, they're not on vacation, are they?
You're right, sir. We take away our freedom, we become responsible for that, unfortunately. We become responsible for their care and their welfare. You've got a man put in jail. You've got a lot of challenges. There's been a lot of things done. And as Bob said, this is a tremendous experience to be able to work with him and to work with counties all across the state to try to work on how we can look at some solutions and some ideas. The mayor and I talked a couple of weeks ago about a needs assessment. In the facility design process, one of the biggest things that you want to consider is this needs assessment. And the needs assessment answers your questions. Helps answer your questions. Helps answer the questions of the community. It helps try to get a good handle, a good grasp on what all the issues and challenges are. We've thrown a lot of things out there, and I'm certain the jail staff has thrown a lot of things out there, but this answers those questions. The other thing it does is it explores options. He mentioned some community corrections and the drug court options, but who is in custody? Okay, we want to use the jail for those that really need to be in jail. Those that don't need to be in jail, what are some other options out there? So a needs assessment starts exploring some of those as well to look at how we can help you as a county come to a good sound decision of actually how many beds that we need, or what expansion options can we do, what kind of diversionary kind of programs can we use, or alternative sentencing kind of programs can we use, and use the jail for specifically what we need it for. The jail is sort of the focal point of the criminal justice system. Everybody relies on the jail, okay, to make things happen and to ensure that safety and security is met for the community.
I've got one last thing to say, and then I'll give up my floor time. And I do want to say thank y'all for doing this, and thank y'all for being proactive. And like I say, I've been through this, and I know there's going to be a lot of talk, but I highly recommend you do it in steps. And I highly recommend you do a feasibility study, and you take it one step at a time. I went to a meeting the other day where they didn't have any really good planning, and they just had 20 people out there saying, well, let's do this, let's do that, let's add on, let's use this old building, let's retrofit. And sometimes retrofit's a good idea, but sometimes it's not, because you're inheriting problems like asbestos or sewer lines that are falling in, or water lines that aren't working, or, you know what, that building was just not built for being a jail. That was never its intention. So there again, here we go, putting round pegs in square holes. We've done it a couple places across the state, but when we've done it, we actually brought the confined housing up next to that building, and we used that building, if we had an opportunity to buy that, We'll use that for the support services. The last thing I want to say, and I'd love to close on a happy note, and I hope I can by saying I appreciate what you do, but I don't want you to lose sight of one thing that sometimes we don't think about. We put you in selective law enforcement. And you're in that group too. And I'm sure you're working with the jail every day, and y'all are on the phone talking about, I need to lock somebody up. They need that shock incarceration. But when you know you're busting at the seams, we put you in a position that you don't want to be in. And we're putting that sheriff in a position he doesn't want to be in. He's got a lot of warrants, I'm sure, sitting up there that some of those, well, those people don't live here anymore, we may never get them served. But a percentage of them have to be. So what he has to be cognizant of is the fact is he ain't got no place to put them. If you had a big drug roundup tonight, where would you put 55 people?
In jail.
And what kind of risk are you taking if you do that?
No greater than this already. We will pursue, as a matter of fact, Charlie Phillips and I have already talked, we're going to be having another jail study committee meeting in early January and start taking some corrective action of some type to reduce this population. I'd like the opportunity to sit down with the judge and talk about a program to see what he thinks about. But, you know, you kind of walked around that some. I think we need to use everything available to us to reduce